Today is Tuesday. Normally we have our Instagram artist chat that takes place at 1 or 2 p.m. where we talk to another artist, a fabulous creator in our community or the community abroad, to learn about what they create, who they are, why they create, and how it has an impact on community. Today we are very excited to be talking with Yafa. You may have already noticed that we've had some interesting technical issues getting together to this Facebook Live and share this go live with experience on Facebook. So we're hoping that this time it works. So we're waiting to see if Yafa can join us. And hopefully, we know that it can happen in FaceTime. We know that it can happen in Facebook rooms. But with this go live thing, that's what we're figuring out here. And you know what? If there's somebody out there who has gone live on Facebook, on a group, like on a page like ours, please let us know, because this should be working. But for some reason, of course, it's tricky. Because why? Why would it ever be easier? Why would it be easy, right? So now let's see. So we're excited to see if Yafa can find us. Here we are. And can you see me, folks? Yes, I believe you can see me. So we're going to give it another few minutes to see if the invite I've sent Yafa arrives. And if not, it could just be one of those things that means, well, we're going to have to figure out another way to connect with this fantastic artist. And one day we will. That's the thing. Usually we come around. If it doesn't quite work on the first time on Instagram, sometimes it works on the second, sometimes it works on the third. So this could be one of those cases where we tried Instagram, we come over to Facebook, Facebook isn't quite working. We'll figure it out. One way or another, we will figure it out. So in the meantime, while we're waiting to see if Yafa can join us, if you're out there and you're curious, if you have any questions for me, we could use this as another opportunity just to have a mini town hall and catch up, a Facebook catch up before our artist joins us. Let's see. Feel free to ask away. If not, that's okay too. Let's try another. Nope, that's not going to work. Oh, technology, folks. So again, if you're out there watching, this is what would normally be on Instagram, an Instagram live stream artist chat, where we talk with local and not so local creators who are out there doing their amazing stuff to learn everything about who they are and what they do and why they do it. It's not always about what we consider traditional fine arts. It's not always about what we consider visual arts. There are so many different ways to create and engage with community. It can be done through community creation. We've talked to people who have founded organizations, who work in outreach out there to make change and help people recognize the ability they have as creative, transformational creatures in this world. Sometimes it is about just making things and how it makes us feel to make things. At other times it's about, I don't know, just what it's like to be a creator in these strange and uncertain times and navigate the circumstances we've been offered, how we find opportunities to move forward instead of simply focusing on what we can't do right now. There's usually always something that we can do. And artists, whether you are an artist in a traditional form or not, we tend to have really interesting and creative ways to work with these challenges. It's something that's just a part of who we are and a way we see the world and a way we engage with the world. So again, while we're waiting for the fabulous Yafa to join us, if you are an artist or a creator or someone out there who has something to say and you would like to chat with me on Instagram, please reach out. Let me know. Don't be shy. I'm always looking to learn about and meet other fantastic creators and makers in the community. You might work in a traditional arts field, you may not, but if you'd like to chat with me and share some of your world views and how you negotiate through the world with your creativity, please reach out. Send us a message on Facebook or on Instagram and let me know. And of course, you can always email me at info@livingroomcommunity-art-studio.org. So let's see. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, still having trouble. Yafa is, we're still having trouble connecting with Yafa. So again, for folks who might be tuning in, I am so sorry. I apologize for this inconvenience, but I'm still so glad that you're here with us anyways. And if you're watching once it's been archived, this is also a little window into what it's like to connect with community these days using all the creative outlets that we have. Let's see. And you know what? It's just looking like today might not be the day either for this kind of connection. So let's see. Oh, I saw there was an invite coming through, but perhaps it was to the other thing. Yafa is here. I see in the comments. I know you're there, Yafa. It's one of those really interesting and technical wonders of our age. We have so many ways to connect, and yet sometimes still, every once in a while, these things, these obstacles come up and prevent us from connecting in the way we want to. So I'll give it another few minutes and then we'll see. I imagine Yafa is also feeling this frustration here. Uh, we wanted to have Yafa on to share her with you and to learn more about her fantastic project. She has an exhibit in Cornwall right now, a body painting exhibit, but also she's recently founded an art hive in Cornwall called the Cornwall Art Hive. So for anyone out there, oh, you're in, I'm hearing, Yafa says, I'm in your Zoom. Okay, that's fantastic. So, in my Zoom from this morning, again, so many ways to connect. It's so fascinating that we can be in so many different places online, but not necessarily the one that we want or need to be in the moment. So, a few more minutes. I feel like we're so close to being able to share Yafa with you, but in the meantime, if it's not possible today, hello, Barb. And Barb, it's so great to see you. Barb's saying, now that I've been, congratulations. So Barb has been certified as a meditation instructor. Love to creating meditation scripts. So much fun learning a new positive vocabulary. Absolutely. And you know what? I want to chat to you more about that. And perhaps you can be one of our Instagram Artist Chat live stream guests one day. Okay. So Yafa's in one of our rooms, but not necessarily this room. Oh, technology. So Yafa and community, I may not be able to share Yafa with you in the way I was hoping to today, but perhaps we can find another way to create and connect with one another in the upcoming days. We will figure this out eventually, I promise. But in the meantime, I'm going to encourage and invite everyone to check out the Cornwall Art Hive. You can look it up here on Facebook. They also have an Instagram account, and they are offering plenty of amazing free virtual art hive programming that everyone and anyone is welcome to join and participate in. Oh, that's lovely. And Joe and Barb listening and watching. Hello to everyone who's out there, and apologies for this not being what we were hoping it would be today. But it's so great to know you're still out there and you're still connecting and creating with one another. And Joe just saying, in response to Barb being certified as a meditation instructor, which is amazing, that, yeah, Barb keeps you grounded. And I'm glad we all need someone like that in our lives to keep us grounded and to help remind us that we're okay, that we're supported, and that we're cared for, and that we can care for ourselves, which I think in those meditation practices is a large part of that. All right, folks, I know this was another strange online experience, but again, invite you to go out and check out those other virtual art hives that are in existence out there. There are so many. The Cornwall Art Hive is just one of them. And if you find Yafa on Facebook as well and on Instagram, you can go there for a tour, I think, of her latest exhibit to learn more about that fabulous body painting exhibit that she's been working so hard on. And yes, I know Yafa is here, and asking, yeah, if Yafa sends a request, I might be, everyone's being so helpful in the thread, trying to help one another, to help Yafa join and to help me figure it out as well. This is great. Oh, and Joe talking about, for those who watched the live stream that we had on Facebook last Wednesday, because we have a live stream, a Facebook live stream every Wednesday, there was a lot of talk about the living room as a lighthouse, because we're in between right now, right? We're virtual, so we can be anything we want. In the distance, hopefully the near future, the close distance, we have the mobile art studio project. And in the past, we had the studio space at 149 Simcoe Street South. But for right now, we can look like just about anything. And so one of the things we were talking about was, could the living room be a lighthouse? So Joe drew a picture of a lighthouse, and I want to see this lighthouse. So perhaps you can share that this Wednesday in the show and tell, or maybe even post a picture of it in the comments to this when you have a moment. That would work. That would be really amazing as well. Let's see. But yes, today I think, and dear Yafa, I might call it, unless you can check those notifications to see if that invite is there for you. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do one more thing, folks. One more thing. I'm going to send you a link, Yafa, in your messages. Let's see if this works. We're thinking outside the box here, breaking the rules. Not breaking the rules, just doing, other stuff. Oh, interesting. So Laura's saying that you actually don't see a request button. Usually it pops up and you ask to join. Yeah, so this is a different kind of thing. It could be that because we're doing it through the Living Room's Facebook page rather than a private room. And there we go. Yafa has requested to join. It's working finally.
Oh.
Ah.
Yes. Finally.
Finally. So this is so great. This is so amazing. Let's see if
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for all this. It took me a really long time to wait for the invitation to come. And finally, I'm here. This is amazing. I was start chatting with you, telling you that I'm really appreciating all your patience and trying. And it's my first time to do this in Facebook. Thank you so much.
Oh, no worries. No need to apologize either. You know what? We persevered. And we figured it out. That is an amazing.
You did it because you insisted. I was like, it's okay. I'll just let's go. And I'm happy that you actually inviting people, of course, to know more about the art hive and my exhibition. Thank you so much, Mary. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's have a deep breath. Let's both. I'll try and calm down as well after all of that excitement. I have my cup of tea. Do you have a cup of tea over there where you're at? Well, cheers. Cheers to this.
We made it.
Oh. And folks from the community. There we go. We have cheers. We have huzzah. We have welcome. Patience paying off from folks who are watching and listening. So fantastic. Now, I know that some of your afternoon has been spent by me just chatting with the community. Please let me know when you need to go, if you need to kind of take off. But I would love it if you could introduce yourself to the community a little bit, who you are, what you do, all the many things that you do. Can you tell us a little bit about who Yafa is?
Thank you. Yes, yeah, I'm excited to share with you because I have been hosting this kind of talk with my friends and artists in my community kind of not a program, but something that I ask people question about what they're doing. And I find it very interesting that you want to know about me. So thank you so much for giving me this chance to share more about me as well. Thank you. So what about me? So I do art since I'm 14 years old, I guess. And this is because I think my family, they cared more about getting art to be part of our lives, me and everyone in my family. So my father is a writer. He writes stories, and he writes for theater. And of course, he reads a lot.
Okay.
So I grew up in this big library, lots of books around, and my mom, she's creating jewelries, like the silver ones, and all kind of handmade jewelries and stuff, and even she created the design itself. So this is my small bubble, and the whole family, my uncle is a photographer, and I have filmmaker members as well. So I felt like this is my my safe area. And then I grew up to choose to do more art. So I studied in Fine Art College in Egypt. I graduated, and I didn't stop making art. I took a diploma as well for filmmaking, and I have been working in development through art programs since I'm 14 as a child in a program. And then when I grow up, I become a leader. And then suddenly, when I think I'm 18, they said, you will be paid now, because we want you to do workshops and more art. I was honored, of course, and I felt it's connecting me with myself and part of my communities. And from there, it opened to bigger projects and more communities and different places in the world. So I have been traveling, doing art and workshops all over. And here I am, based in Cornwall for almost a year now in a pandemic. And I didn't stop. when we heard about the pandemic, the first thing I was like, okay, I have to start doing art now. And I just went in my Facebook and I did live stream for art.
Yeah, that sounds like Yafa. So a lifetime full of creativity, and it sounds not just creativity, but curiosity and wonder, and always looking for ways to not only tell stories, but to absorb stories as well, like to share stories and to learn about how other people tell their stories as well. This is like an extraordinary creative life. And it's always been like this? Have you always just felt this creative?
I think this is a blessing, right? And I think maybe 2 or 3 people in my community now in Cornwall, they're wondering why you're doing all of this. And I was thinking, I actually was thinking about it when with the pandemic, why I'm doing all of this. So I think I shared part of it with you as well, like in our talk, and I would love to share with everyone that I have a very deep belief through this journey that I went through, that art have been saving my life. I have been able to express myself. I have been able to calm myself. If we call it, it's kind of a healing or a kind of a process that I heal myself through art. So this was part of it, and as well part of connection, because I figure out that I can connect with lots of people, which is as one of my passions, with no need to put too much words in it. It just, we sit and work together, and then magic things happen, and we become best friends out of doing this magic journey, creating a project, painting together, or painting a wall. And I think I'm not really good at cooking, yeah, and I don't know how to park at that much, you know, when I go back with my car, and I can't remember numbers. So I'm good at creating this, and I'm blessed. I would love to continue doing what I think I'm passionate about.
It sounds like that's what's happening. It sounds like nothing could stop you from doing that.
Because it's a blessing, and I say very good energy comes out of creating art in my community and around my circle with my kids. And I tried, you know, I tried other stuff, but I'm just blessed to be good at doing this. And why I should wonder if it just give me more happiness and healing and all this. I'm just letting this happened and grow. So I put the small seeds, and then everything gets together, and the art project's growing by itself.
I think for a lot of this seems very familiar to me, to a lot of Art Hive founders or creators or people involved in the Art Hive movement, that when it's been just over a year, we just had the anniversary since, you know, things locking down, you know, that what an intense word that is. And I think for a lot of us in the Art Hive community, there was this sense of Okay, so what can we do rather than stopping and, letting that, of course we're anxious, of course we're afraid, of course we're concerned about everything and wanting to be safe. But I think the other thought, the other impulse that came along with that was, okay, what can we do? What is available to us? How can we continue to connect and make do with what we have? And it sounds like that was like a natural transition for you. You'd already moved from,
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh, this is a beautiful word. It's a natural transition. Thank you. I was trying to find it because I was talking with my friend Rachel like 2 days ago, and I was telling her I'm not doing much effort to do this. It's just happening, and I couldn't find the word. Is it like because I'm just letting it happen, or because I'm welcoming it? But it is happening because it's natural for me to keep doing art, and I think it's a happy moment when I get call or my energy call more people to create more with me. I never thought that doing art is kind of a competition or who's doing what, and I never participated in other things was who will do the best. What best? There is no best. Everything is actually good the way it is, and everyone is different, and in art no judgment. And I think this is also part of my freedom, that I can do anything I want to do, right? So
Are you making art right now?
yeah, it's also helping me to focus with what I'm talking with you, so it's become also part of my habits. I in the Zoom meetings and meeting friends, I think good ideas comes when we're talk and creating at the same time.
I love that. I love it so, so much. Okay, so this is very exciting. Okay, so keep making art, keep doing that. And folks, if you're out there listening and you want to make art as well, go for it. Why not? Yafa, you are an artist. You do so many different kinds of things as an artist. You have recently opened an exhibit as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm so blessed with this. I'm so thankful that I have actually the chance to share with you. So I would love to invite you all, please take a look at Killian Gallery here in Cornwall and look how the universe energy works. I spent 15 years doing body painting workshops, and I developed this kind of technique of getting people together, playing with colors and not being scared of using the colors in their own skin. And how can we get colors that makes us happy, and what color will makes me feel I'm strong. And I play with this concept. And in Montreal I tried to go more, so I did art workshops with couples, pregnant amazing ladies expecting new miracles to come to the world, and it was a blessing. And especially in Montreal, because people have been so open to express themselves using their own skin. I didn't find much effort in the process of calling and telling them about the exercises we should do, which is a kind of a drama games to open and get to use our body more. And here, after 1 year of lockdown, I couldn't touch people, and I couldn't do any body painting workshops. With my friend Tracy and my partner Kaiser, we decided to go together for this journey, and we actually opened an exhibition in Killian Gallery in Cornwall. And with all the thoughts that it came to my head, how people are missing touching each other, I was thinking this exhibition maybe will add some happiness for what we're going through these days. And it did, and I'm so grateful that it was a nice opening. And the process is growing because people now, they know what I do. I'm an artist who chooses to paint on people.
When does it first occur to you that that was a canvas you wanted to work with?
I started with myself. I was so bored looking at this, banana and orange in the studio for 6 hours, and this one of the subjects that we had to study in the college. Of course, I'm so blessed that I have the chance as well. That I had the chance to study art, but this particular kind of sitting and watching things as they move, with all respect, of course, for all the artists who like to do this amazing way, but I found it a little bit boring for me. So because I'm a connection person. I want people, I want to talk, I want to connect. So me and the banana with the orange for 6 hours didn't really work. So I started painting myself, and then I started putting two hands together, and then this kind of idea became to my friends next to me, and then I invited everyone to come and try. Let's put some more colors. And it wasn't easy because not all cultures and all communities are welcoming the idea of people using their own body and their own skin, and maybe females' body in different communities as well. It's not really common that you can just, you know, take off your clothes and start painting yourself. But I'm blessed that I have my circles who will encourage me to grow in this topic. I don't do this body painting while I transfer someone to be a tiger, or you're a cat. I don't do this kind of painting. I go basically for the colors that touch your soul. What kind of colors makes you feel happy more? It's the same concept with the icons for the war in the old days, or when people get married and they put some decoration for the dance. And I always relate this with, we actually did create clothes because we felt cold. It's not because we feel we're ashamed of our skin or our body and want to cover it. It was just because we're feeling cold. So when we go back for the old tribe tradition, using their skin with tattooing, it was very common. And the tattoo right these days, it's still something you write you put a tattoo for something that you want to keep, right? And the body painting as well, it's part of this process that you can taste, and then you can take a shower after, no problem. But the expression, that the opening that happened in Cornwall was a blessing, because I'm really grateful that the community welcomed the idea. And we have an amazing mayor that she came to the opening, and I felt I'm blessed, and I'm welcomed. And I'm not, you know, I don't have to hide my passion of getting people and put some colors in them. So this is beautiful, because and now I'm thinking, what more?
Yeah.
What can I add more?
Well, I love that. And I'm seeing some comments and some hearts coming up, and Nicole's saying this is such a unique art form. Keep creating. I agree. I think being able to reclaim ourselves and connect somehow with the special relationship we have with ourselves is so important. And yeah, tattoo art, you know, sort of like that has been with us forever and is still very, very popular. So why not paint on ourselves? Why not use ourselves as a ever-evolving canvas, you know, to
and give that childish energy, because our kids feeling happy when they go to a birthday party and they have the masks on, and it's have been always for theater, changing your personality, using it. And I think it's a process that will never end, because actually when I tried to do the body painting with groups, it was amazing, because when we get together as 2 or 3 or 4, we change the colors, we change the concept of using our body and the colors, and who's in the back, who's in the front, and we can always create new way of seeing these colors getting together. And as well, people who came with doubt of how they see themselves, or someone saying that, oh, I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not skinny enough, or whatever, and then they try it. It adds much fun to them, and they feel happy. They feel that they want to continue doing this. And I think this is also part of my healing process, me, myself, with the idea of, oh, I'm a mom now, or I'm gaining weight now. Doesn't matter. When I put colors, I feel I'm shining, I'm different energy. And this is why I think it also gets to me, it become my passion, that I want to share this happiness with everyone. So wish me luck with this pandemic. I'm trying to go more doing body painting with not touching people. I'm creating new stuff.
Well, I'm already getting like some ideas here about how we might collaborate. So you know what? I'm going to be in touch, Yafa. We'll be talking. We'll be talking for sure.
Yes, please.
And I think we have a community of people here who might be. I think there might be a lot of folks, even if it's something that's done over Zoom, for example, and we paint ourselves. That whole process you've described sounds healing. It sounds liberating. It sounds so joyous that
it is. And maybe we can try new things. I never tried body painting through Zoom, but I think I would be more than happy to share more, and why not? And the new idea that came with my friend Jamie, she actually opened my heart and my eyes as well to try doing something, because I always thought that the body painting would help different people to meet and to get to know each other. And now I'm thinking, you know what, even people have been together for one bubble for a very long time, maybe they need to see each other in a different way now, because yes, we love each other, but we have been together for like long time, especially this year. So I'm thinking, and I'm to go on to create a workshop for people who are safe together in one bubble, like you live together, and then you come together to the workshop, and maybe this will help you to see your partners, your friend, your girlfriend in a different colorful way, and to play together, because we went through a very stressful time already. So this is my new intention, not to get people to know new people, not at the moment, but to know themselves with their own partners in a different way.
Oh, that sounds so exciting, and it's so great for people in Cornwall. But that's why I'm going to continue working on you here. Maybe we can do something online to connect with folks everywhere. Just because I'm selfish. Now, there's also an element of the exhibit that I'm finding really beautiful as well. The photography that's involved in it. So, how much of that was you? Was that the partner you were mentioning, your collaborator?
Yeah, Kaiser.
Okay, because some of the photos are gorgeous.
Sorry.
The photos I've seen are gorgeous. Yeah.
He's here somewhere. I hope he can hear us, because Kaiser is a great photographer, and he have a very good sense of taking pictures using the camera, and he's professional in the way that he wanted actually the pictures that in the product in the end to be out in for everyone in this kind of quality. He understood everything that he's doing with the pictures, the shots. But for me, to be honest, all of course, his effort is really appreciated, because without him, I couldn't actually catch the moment of the body painting and make an exhibition out of this. But my pleasure was basically creating this as an artist who plays with material and mixed media and stuff. But for Kaiser, I think it was also his gifted to make people feel safe with him, so he can take the sensitive pictures. And all my sisters, because they're no one of them a model or anything, they love the process, being a couple working together. So I did create the body painting, and then of course with their permission we did take the pictures to be able to share this this body painting idea with the world, because in other workshops it was very good process, but everyone took shower and just, you know, we don't have a memory except our feelings and the happiness that came out of it. But with Kaiser with me, it was a blessing, because he is very professional. He knows what he wants to do, and he's very like in this exhibition, he's the one he insisted to make a full research about how can we take these prints out in a very good quality, and which picture will go for metallic papers, which picture will go for fine art paper. He knows, he feels the light and the shapes in the pictures. So if he can hear us now, so shout out for Kaiser. Thank you so much for helping and being
maybe we'll have to chat with him. Maybe I'll see if I can connect with him for an artist or them for an artist chat as well. But I think it's such a perfect combination of capturing something that's in the moment, that's alive, the process that you're involved in, and that photographer eye to, you know, the artistry involved in photography, that's a whole other thing as well, to capture those moments, choose which ones to select. Oh, they're in the chat. I see them. Hello. And congratulations on the exhibit as well, Kaiser. Yeah, such beautiful, extraordinary images. And again, everything is relational. The workshop, like the work that you're doing with the person that's being painted, and then the photographer engaging with the subject and the story that they're telling in that moment. It's such a beautiful thing. And I wish I could be in Cornwall to see the exhibit. Will there be an opportunity for folks who do not live in Cornwall to appreciate it?
So thank you, Mary, for asking. This is actually one of the intentions, and I would love to share with you more as soon as I will create the event with Tracy, the owner of the gallery, that we're hoping to make an online visit. So this will not be this week, it will be the next week. The next week I'm going to have a live paint session, so people can see how this happening with a very nice person, Jonathan, I guess, and he accepted the idea that we can use his skin. So I'm so grateful for this. And in the opening we had Kaylee, and Kaylee was amazing spirit and amazing person. She allowed me as well to paint in her own skin, and this was amazing. And the online visit will happen, I think, in after a week from now. I'm going to share the link with you, and everyone, please try to be with us. Take a tour inside if you can't come to Cornwall. And I know not everyone is like, you know, feeling comfortable moving and switching places now. So you can just come through the link and see the gallery and the work.
Fantastic. And that's actually one of the things there's so many things I've been grateful for during this time, this last year. But one of the things is how through having to work online, our worldviews have been expanded and we've been able to connect with people and places and organizations that we wouldn't otherwise have had a chance to connect with. Right?
This is another magic. This is another magic, because everyone was, I was also concerned about, and I'm still, of course, about building around my circle and my people, my small neighborhood, which is a blessing itself, but opening our eyes that we can actually connect and see each other this way. This is amazing. And I was thinking the computers were there all the time, but I think the need for connection build this technology thing, and we're taking it step by step. Like we had this, I didn't know where to press. Where is this invitation? And now we know. So I'm grateful for this, with, of course, the pleasure of connecting with real people in the real location is still different taste. But as we know now, we can see each other this way. This will never go away. We will just keep it and add to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm hoping to. And I think a lot of folks in the community will appreciate that as well. Now, on that line as well, can we talk a little bit about the Cornwall Art Hive and how it started and where it's at now?
Thank you, Mary, for getting to the Art Hive. My baby growing in Cornwall with the help of all our amazing artists in the community. So I'll start a little bit from when I get to know the Art Hive in Montreal. Okay. So I started to get to know about it, I think, through Momo and Rachel. And I attended in Concordia University one of the Art Hive events, and it was a blessing because, as I told you, I grew up doing workshops, and I have to deliver something in the end, or I have a product or a book or something that was a kids that we show the parents that we did this. But in the Cornwall, in the Concordia University, when I get to know about the Art Hive, it was amazing because I was sitting there and they said, do whatever you want. I was like, anything, yeah, anything. I was like, oh my God, as an artist who have been delivering and products and making projects and goals and writing the why we're doing this, with whom, it was very releasing. And I felt, you know what, I want to have my own Art Hive. This was my intention long time ago. I did ask Rachel if I can, and she said, of course you can, and even you can start anywhere with all the awareness. If you're going to start it in your house or in a coffee shop that you know the people there. And I started to make the papers and everything, so I have my own Art Hive kind of thing, but it didn't really grow in Montreal as well. The need for the Art Hive was just the intention, but the need was not there. And then when I came to Cornwall, after 10 days, the pandemic started. So I was thinking, okay, this is the time. I'm gonna just put some art material out of my, in the front yard. I'll sit there and I will just put some art material, and it's open for everyone. If you want to come and paint with me, just join me. And I put the sign for the Art Hive. And I think Captain was one of the first amazing artists who joined, and then Jane Macmillan from the community, she came and just supported, and then lots of people start to come and to know about them, that there is some art happening in front. Put your mask and sit together, leave a space, and just let's create whatever everyone wants to create. And after a while, it getting the weather changed and it was cold. So I'm so thankful for Linda. As Linda, she's kind of organizing this studio, 125 Pastry Studio, which I didn't know nothing about. But she told me that I'm welcome with my Art Hive to come and have a day monthly to sit there and create art with the community. So we did. And it just happened that our Art Hive is start to be there. People get to know. I had people that I don't know delivering art material in front of my door, and just leave it and bye. And this was cool. And then as well, Tracy, she gave me a lot of material from the gallery, and from Montreal, Rachel sent a lots of material as well. So I had the material. I was gifted the place, and right now the Art Hive grew to be under the YAC, which is Your Art Council, which is an umbrella that cares for the whole art projects that wanted to grow in Cornwall. So we're growing, and we have a committee that cares for us. We have kind of meetings to establish ideas, how we go online, what to do to get more people, and how it's important actually to have an option for people who cannot leave the house to have an art session together, so we can see each other in a way, and how can we go in person when we're ready. And I'm blessed, of course, that my art hive, our art hive, this baby is growing here. Who will think that it will happen here in Cornwall? It's happening. And I want you to see this one I created in our one of the sessions.
Let's see. Oh, yes.
So I really like the idea of doing this collage and, you know, mixed media stuff. So I did this for the art hive.
Oh,
and I was thinking, thank you. As soon as we're going to go back, I'm going to share more material with everyone, so we can just, you know, sit together and create. And this is, I think, what is the main important thing in the art hive. And I'm so blessed that it's happening here in Cornwall. I wanted to share this idea of it's open for everyone. You don't have to be an artist, or even you never have to be like tried arts before. Just being together, able to share something, create something together, and maybe each one, yes, in their own paper and or their own project. But it's important because this energy gets us to talk, to connect, to feel that we're not alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what's happening in the art hive at the moment.
That's fantastic. And I think you're one of the only art hives that I've heard of that started during the pandemic, which is a really interesting thing. I think there are communities that perhaps had connections, but you were a new person in a new city and found a way to connect with people in spite of some incredibly trying circumstances. You found a way to connect with people when people were scared to connect with one another. So what an
I was scared too. I was so scared.
Just send you a pat on the back. I know it's no, like, who am I to do so? But congratulations. That's an extraordinary thing.
Thank you. Yeah, see, I'm getting more red already, but you see, because I felt, if I just want to say the big thing, it's important to create art in these hard times, because art is not a fancy thing that we're doing because we are like we're okay, and then when we're okay we do art. Actually, art comes first when we're not okay. We sing together, we share a story, we know through this art and culture that we are connected, and we cannot stop creating art when we are feeling. Actually, when I was afraid, I decided to get out of the house and do the art hive first, because this makes me feel I'm not alone. And I don't think ever that art is something that it's added to our life. It's important, as we very grateful and thankful for all the effort that have been all the communities and the whole country is doing to keep everyone safe, food and shelters. But if we didn't feel it's not also emergency for art to continue having this warm feelings in our heart, like when you can't go to the theater or to watch a movie or to listen to a concert. It's not, this is something not added to us. It's important because this makes the balance. I feed my soul as well, and I feel I'm happy. And sometimes people who doesn't create art but taste art make the balance in the hard jobs that they're doing. So we can't just delete art because we are in a pandemic. It's actually that's what I feel, that everybody's creating more, learning new things. This is the time that actually art will I believe it's not only a need, but it's a kind of a way of surviving. We need to think and create songs and writing stories about what happened, what we went through, tell our kids that it will be fine in a way that will understand a painting or something. And sharing with you, in the lockdown here in Cornwall, the city was having this kind of announcement in Facebook about the locking down community love. I create this with the seekers, but the inspiration came from the city. They have been writing looking down community, because to get ready for the next lockdown, right? Sit in the house after Christmas. So I did create this with my friends in the community here, and they are the seeker. and we actually printed this in we thought about it the next day. It was printed, and I gave it to my people, my community, everyone, and it was a very amazing success, and the city as well promoted for it. And the idea was, if you can't get out, so let's stay in and connect. So everyone have the freedom to just do the art as colors as much as they want, whatever colors, whatever material, and we share it together. And it worked.
It's amazing, right? And that's all it takes sometimes, is something simple to give permission to people, to remind people that we're all creative beings. It's a part of being human. It's not, as you said, it's not an extra, it's not a fringe, it's not something, you know, it's a part of every day. It can be a part of everything we do, regardless of whether we do it as a professional pursuit or something just for fun or relaxation or to make sense, to make meaning of things. It's a part of who we are as human beings. And I love that you've introduced this element to Cornwall and reminded people of this. And even
it was always there. It was always there. It was just me that's the one who was trying. I couldn't stay without doing it, because I think artists different energy. Maybe they will feel like they're safe in their studios creating alone, and this is as well very well respected, this kind of energy. I think that the journey that I went through, healing through connecting with communities, how I see kids have been, let's say, struggling in school, and without telling them that they have to be in a group or it's important to be a team, and through art with no competition and taking turns or sharing the colors, it's only 10 colors and we're 20, we have to figure it out. And then when it happens, they learn something in indirect way. And I think art is always doing this kind of healing in parts that we maybe not even, we don't know that we need healing in it, but it's happening. And I think this is my intention, that not the product itself, not the project itself, but the process while we're creating this together. So I think this is what, but here in Cornwall, they're amazing artists. They're beautiful. They create amazing things. I was like, oh my goodness, we need to put some light. We need to put some light. I'm trying my best now to invite friends from Montreal, even in Zoom, creating this art festivals as well, inviting people to be connected as much as I can. Sharing is making me feel more alive. So.
Well, that's it. And that's what art hives do, I think, at the end of the day. Art hives remind people that regardless of where you're at in your creative journey or owning your art, like your inner artist, that all of us have a right to share these stories, and that there's so much to celebrate. There's so much to learn from and be inspired by. And Laura is saying, and I agree, so amazing you started during the shutdown. These connections have been so important since we can't gather together now. And as you're saying, artists, professional artists, we might be used to creating on our own and continuing with the work, but being reminded that it's a social endeavor and we're social beings. There are so many different ways to connect. We might not be able to do it in person, but we can do it online, and that's so important. We can do it, you know, at a distance and like on the streets if we need to. This is so exciting.
And lots of nations did this, right? Through the balconies and the music and maybe sending letters to it. I mean, if we can go out and actually buy groceries to feed, to eat, to be strong and get all the vitamins and try to be safe, it's also important to try to connect in a safe way, not to stop doing the full process of art, to do it in a safe way. So if you can, now the weather is getting better, whoever can play music, just go and put it outside. I'm hanging lots of paintings in the windows, I'm here creating, and I want you to know. I think inspiring each other as well is very important. And I can't just, you know, I do this because I love to do it, but it's important for me to listen to music while I don't play any instruments at the moment. But it's a circle of this connection of art, and it's good to know about people who want to create filmmaking ideas or writing cards for senior peoples in their homes. I think this is, we cannot just save ourselves by sitting and doing this. This is important, of course, love yourself and do this. But I think the saving all together, to the whole circle of saving each other, it works. We just have to start a little bit with, you know, our neighbors, the street, and then it will grow. Like now, it's growing between us.
Absolutely, right? There's so many people listening and watching, and if you are, I'm talking with Yafa. Yafa, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Goawily, Yafa
Goawily.
Goawily.
So I was saying it in just about every which way except the right way. So thank
That's
you.
not the problem at all. So I'm so not good at pronouncing any other names. Don't think like I did this mistake. And I don't think it's a mistake. It's normal. And again, being different, and you know, it's part of the amazing of being different. So
Well,
don't worry at all.
I thank you for your patience and your support during this time. Now, if folks who are watching or listening who may not live in Cornwall, or who are maybe learning about you, your exhibit, and the Cornwall Art Hive for the first time, how can they go about like participating in one of your online or your virtual Art Hive events?
Oh, thank you. So we have our page, which is Cornwall Art Hive. And in there, you can find our events, and I will try to share it. Maybe I can't write it. Should I write it now? Okay, I'll share it with you. And if you want, you please, yes, share it with everyone. You're all welcome, because this is the good thing about having technology. We can actually connect and see everyone from everywhere. So the Art Hive in Cornwall are hosting two kind of programs at the moment. We have every Monday, no, Monday yes and Monday no, so a week and a week. We have Monday at 1 o'clock, something called Art for All, which is we invite everyone to be with us and create something. So sometimes we use watercolors, sometimes we use pastel, and we discuss. And if you don't want to use this material, it's not a problem. Just being with us, creating with us, it's one of the process that we're trying to invite everyone to be part of. And we have the second, and this is very exciting, is something called the studio visit for the artist. And it's our local artists here in Cornwall. So, you know, not all the artists are willing to go for Zoom every day, and maybe they find it a little bit not comfortable for them, because they're not used to. So we thought it's a good idea to connect with them and tell them, we're coming to visit you in your studio. You didn't leave for the last, I don't know how many months now. We're coming to see you through Zoom. So the artists just have to open their camera and share with us what they're doing. I think it's very important for the artists as well to have audience, people who give and receive this energy, to tell them, wow, I love your work, wow, the colors are amazing. And not everyone is ready at the moment, but the artists who have been with us, we got Pierre, and he's amazing in his way of doing the light and places. And we got as well Virginia, and she's amazing the way she's singing and giving this energy. And the next session, we're going to have Jane McMillan, my dear friend, and she's an amazing artist, willing to share her art with everyone. And of course, everybody's welcome to come and see what's happening. It's a blessing that we can see other people work. There is not a lot of galleries open now. Not everyone is able to, you know, put their art out there. So I think it's important. Like, if you're gonna, one time when I'm be able to be one of the Cornwall art, you know, local artists, and they will invite me, I would be like, yeah, look what I do in the house. I create this stuff, and I'll share with you, like, look, I like the fish shape, and I do it in it, and that's it. And people can talk together.
Love it. And so it's like a studio tour slash show and tell slash like active little mini gallery exhibit. And artists, like people have an opportunity to connect with artists and ask them questions in person. That's amazing. And hello.
Well, yeah, it's not a video, right? It's an interaction kind of
I know,
visit.
I love it. I love it. So that's it. There are people in our community, maybe there are artists in Durham region who want to reach out and have this experience. Would you be open to showcasing artists from other places outside of Cornwall as well?
Okay, so personally, as Yafa Arts and Craft, because I have my page as well, if we're gonna talk about like all over the world, I'm blessed to connect with my friends who are all kind of doing arts, music, filmmaking, paintings, and I did invite from all over the universe people to come and speak about this from in my page. Right now, as a Cornwall Art Hive, we're so happy and blessed to connect, of course, with everyone. But for now, I think for this year, we're going to focus about local artists, as the baby Cornwall Art Hive is growing. So we want to make it for the Cornwall artists who actually, the really amazing, fantastic artists, and we need to put the light in what's happening in Cornwall. One of my friends in Montreal, she said, we always cross and we go directly, and we didn't stop to see Cornwall. I was like, this is a time. You have to stop and see this amazing place.
Do you know what's so funny? People say that about Oshawa as well. It's the place they pass by as they're going to Kingston or they're going to Montreal. It's fascinating. I wonder how much our two cities have in common in that way. It sounds like there might be more than we realize.
Yeah, and it's so special as well because it's not, it have a special taste with, of course, and I'm a city girl. I lived in the city all my life, but I was thinking it's why it's special because the people, they take it so serious, deeply, and it's part of the, it's not work, it's part of the existing as well. Because if you work in art in the city, it's kind of, I need to do this to get, to pay the bills. I think here there's different energy, because art is part of how they make the house, they build it around them, they present themselves, because it's amazing how you can actually make it your own, because you can actually come here and you see people who have a house for like 100 years, and this was my family house and now it's my house. So having the art is part of this, being myself. In the city is a different energy with all, of course, the varieties, but it's different energy because it's pumping like here and here and here and here. But here it's a different thing.
I feel the same way about Durham region. I think as an artist who doesn't live in a major urban center, there is this, like, there's a choice to live here. There's an opportunity to be seen and heard in a slightly different way, hopefully to determine how you share your art and who you share it with. And I think it requires a lot more passion because you don't have the same infrastructure that artists have in bigger cities. It requires a stronger voice and a little more courage to make yourself seen and heard. And someone like you, Yafa, you're making this opportunity possible for artists. So thank you so much.
Believe me, I'm doing it first for myself because this is my way of saying as well I'm alive. Art makes me feel I'm alive, and I wanted not to, when I started doing this kind of calling and having this energy in my community, the intention was basically I needed to build community for me. I want friends. I want to tell people what I do as well. And then from here, this balance and this blessings comes because I'm not an organization or anything, right? I'm not investing, and I don't have money actually to invest in anything. I'm just trying to share this happiness because some people, when they're happy, they invite you and I cook for you, or I'm gonna do a sweater or a scarf for you. But this is what I can give you. This is when I love my place, my circle. This is what I can give. I can give a workshop, I can do more art, I can invite people to be together. And thank God that all this work that I have been doing in the organizations and working with kids and different summer schools, and it's here now to build this in a pandemic time. Yeah,
you're doing it. What a pleasure it is chatting with you, Yafa. I've had you on hold this for such a long time now. I feel like I should let you go to live your life. It's been such an incredible pleasure having you here. I know this is
Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for your patience, and you kept trying. Thank you so much. And I promise you I'll try to get to know more about this online things and stuff. I just learned the StreamYard, and actually Kaiser is helping me doing it, but I promise you I'll try more. I think this technology is, yes, it's important, just taking big part of my brain. I'm good at doing this easily, right? I'm happy sitting and creating stuff around me. And then when it comes to the technology, it takes more effort, but it's in the way. I will work to get it better.
You're doing just fine the way you are, just as you are. No, do not worry about that at all. And plus, I think this will be, I think we'll be collaborating more in the future. So folks, if you're watching or listening, this won't be the last time you see Yafa with the living room, and who knows, maybe one day I'll be invited out into the virtual Cornwall Art Hive, and I can do something with you folks out there as well.
Definitely, of course, yes, please.
See, so much possibility and potential. I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. I'm excited about some of our community members visiting your virtual Hive experiences and learning about your artistic community that you have there in Cornwall, and perhaps indulging and learning about themselves through the creative work that you do. are there any last things before I let you go? Is there anything else that you want to say to our community or the folks who might be watching or listening? Any words of Yafa wisdom you would like to leave?
Oh my goodness. What should I say? Okay, I want you to know that I love you, Mary, and I love you all, and you, everyone who's doing art, and keep doing art. You're my heroes. You're inspiring me too. I'm so blessed that I feel I'm not alone, and we're all together creating this wave of giving hope and doing this kind of community. It helps me as well to keep going. And if this is the only thing that I keep telling to myself, it's happening for a reason. We're going through this for a reason. We're getting more connected in a different way. Yeah. I love you all. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yafa. Have a wonderful afternoon. And yep, the love is coming in from our community. We'll see you again soon. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.
You too. Bye.
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 And let's see. Oh, there goes Yafa. And I'm still here for just a moment. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been listening and patiently watching while we figured out how to bring Yafa into our conversation today. What an extraordinary human being Yafa is, right? So lucky to have her in the world. I'm so excited to learn how we might be collaborating with her more in the future. And again, if anyone else out there is interested in having an artist chat with me, please let me know. You can message me, email me. Normally they take place on Instagram, but if Facebook, if this kind of thing works for you too, I'm happy to do it on our Facebook page as well. So reach out, don't be shy. I want to learn about what you create, how you create, why you create, and shine a spotlight on who you are in the world, because making art matters. And of course, you're the person making the art, so you matter too. Thanks so much for joining me today. Whew, what a lovely afternoon. That was a burst of sunshine on a gray day here for us in Oshawa and Durham region. But until next Tuesday when we do our next Instagram artist chat, I invite all of you to take care of yourselves, stay creative, stay connected, and until we can connect and create with one another again in person, I look forward to connecting and creating with you right here online. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Bye.